ideas, yo, strategies to share. Learn the way to market, put your business up there. Tune in every day, digital marketing, yeah, we know the way. Come learn and slay. Build your brand strong, make your money long. With the podcast groove, can't go wrong. From SEO to social, emails that entice. Grow your audience big, take our advice. Tune in every day, digital marketing, yeah, we know the way. Come learn and slay.
Ready to take your business to the next level? NetWurk.ai gives you the power of AI-driven marketing in one easy-to-use platform. Boost your brand, engage your audience, and watch your business grow. Visit NetWurk.ai today.
All right. Happy Monday, new week, new information, new tips. We're back. Digital Marketing NetWurk. We're back. Mickey Black, Jennifer J. Happy Monday. So we're back and we're talking about content generation strategies and how you're making content using automation, using AI. I know last week we talked about the tools and the different platforms there are, but we didn't really talk about what you do with these things. Like, really, like once you have the things, what are the first steps? So I know, Jennifer, you're big on content calendars and all of those things. We know the tools. What are the first things you do when you're sitting down to generate content for your brand? Where do you start?
ChatGPT.
Well, we know that's the tool, but what do you type in? How do you get the brand voice or your strategy? What do you start?
Right. So based on what I'm trying to accomplish, right? So I would type in, again, mine is already set up, right? So it already knows, because I have it in the preferences, I have the memory updated. It already knows that we sell software to capture, follow up, convert, and retain, right? So it knows that.
So I think that's it. So I think that's where you start, is really creating that knowledge base of like, this is who we are. This is what we're thinking. This is what we're trying to do. So how would you go? What would you call that? Would you say you need to start with your mission and vision statement? Would you start with your product? What would you start with in terms of getting that knowledge in there?
I think your vision is really important, because a lot of things I say, make sure it aligns with the company vision, right? So I would start with the vision, who you are, who you service, what problem you solve, and what's the solution, right?
I love that. Now, do you set it up in a document that you drop in, or I know, and on the back end, specifically on ChatGPT, as well as go high level, there's spaces where you can drop in a PDF or drop in an Excel grid or whatever. Which way works best for you? What do you do?
So I always start with a document, no matter where I'm going to put it. So whether I'm going to copy and paste it, whatever, because if you start typing into the system and something happens, you lose all of that. And I've done that many, many times. And so now I always start with a static document in Google Docs, where if something happens, it's automatically saved, right? Then you can either download that as a PDF and upload it, or copy and paste it.
I love that. Keeping it as a separate document, because you've got the browser window that could easily go away, or if the ChatGPT decides to shut you out or whatever, you won't have that. So I like keeping it in your Google Doc. It automatically saves. You can export it when you need to. And then I know the current versions of ChatGPT have a feature where you can link it to a Google Doc. So when you say you want to attach something, there's an option there to just link straight to your Google Doc, and you can do it that way, and you always have it. I love it. So now what do you do now when you got that Google Doc? Where do you go from there?
Right. So the next step is putting it in whatever you're using, right? So I use ChatGPT. It's a million of them. Just knowing
Gemini
what,
or
right, right,
Claude.
right. So just knowing those things. So you put it in there. Now you can, once you put it in there and it's in I use the personalization section. And so once you put that in there, then now it understands. And so I kind of do a test to see if it really has the right information and say, give me a summary of what we do.
Gotcha.
That way you can say, it'll tell you everything you put in there. Like, okay, good. Now let's create a social media campaign. I tell it which platform because it spits out different messaging based on the platform. And
Gotcha.
then you want to make sure that you're also telling it how to speak in your voice, right? And so using your voice is really, really important because certain words I just don't say. And so I had to tell her, like, no, don't use those words. And so you could put that in the personalization. I haven't found that it works sometimes in ChatGPT, but I still find myself telling it, I stop saying this, don't say this, rewrite it, but don't say this. Break it down simple, make it so that a fifth grader can use it. Then if it's too high level, I'm like, nope, I can break it down, even further. So just knowing your audience and knowing how you want your content to come out, that's the next step. So even if you just say, okay, let's brainstorm some ideas for the next 6 months, what should we post about?
And I like that. I like the steps, specifically having a document, having that document feed into whatever platform you're using, and then defining that voice, and also giving it the information of where you're posting so it can sort of like understand the difference in voice you might use on LinkedIn versus Instagram versus TikTok. So now that you've got your content piece there, where do you go from there? So say, for instance, I've told it, yeah, I want 20 posts. I want 30 posts, and it's on, let's say, LinkedIn or whatever it is. But now you need video, you need images, you need the comment stuff. How do you go from there? What do you do after that?
Yeah, so for video, I do my own videos, but I do use different software to like kind of chop it up or create shorts and things like that. So one of the software platforms I do use is Opus Clips to create shorts, right, out of my content. The other one I use, which is more so for YouTube or long form videos in a landscape, is Taja AI, right? I
Yeah.
told you about that. Now, if I need images, I go between Midjourney and ChatGPT. So so what I've noticed is ChatGPT uses Dolly. Dolly is now toying with words, right? Which I love. And so it's putting.
What do you mean toying with words? Meaning putting type in the images?
Yes. Yes. Now I also learned a trick from somebody of how you can go into Canva and edit those when it doesn't do it quite right. You can go in Canva and use the grab text option and edit the words. But yeah, Dolly is using words now.
One tool that I want to put you on to, if you like images that have words in them, there's this tool called ideogram.ai. And so that's IDEOGRAM.ai. And ever since their inception, that's been their strong point, is you can type in, and I actually did a couple for a client that was fashion brand, and so he wanted like images, like lifestyle images of like shirts that had quotes on them. You can type clear, legible type, say grace, and then it will make t-shirts that have grace, or a person with a sign that has the type that you want, and it's very good, very legible. They actually made it for logos. So they made it for logos and design things. So you might want to check that out if you want clear, legible type in your image AI. And they do a fabulous job of the AI itself. Like the images are really creative, the quality is great, and they have type.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you might want to check that out.
I'm going to type that in here for you guys. All right, perfect.
All right, so then I know we also talked about last week using, so I'm going to give you this hack. So I know last week we talked about using Canva with the bulk creation tool to create the multiple assets. I use it a lot on social posts. So this week I integrated another little hack into my process where I export from ChatGPT, and I tell ChatGPT that I want the content in an Excel grid. And so I take that Excel grid and I just drop it right into the bulk content creator in Canva, because I used to copy from the browser and then paste in manually. But now with that, exporting straight to the Excel grid, putting the Excel grid right into Canva, you can generate, say, 20, 30 posts easily within 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. The ChatGPT is getting really, really good at helping us maximize our time.
Yeah.
Right. Because normally this would take forever, right? And then just the bandwidth of trying to think and you know, spit out things that make sense, that sound good. I think AI is doing an amazing job of helping us do things in a shorter time frame, and it's still quality.
Yeah, that's really great. So I think those were really good points, and I want to make sure we capture them. So we started out talking about where do you begin, really starting with a static document. Even though we're all about automation and AI, you have to start somewhere and get that document that has your brand information, what your product is, what your mission is, what your values are, and then use that as a starting point for whatever platform you're on, whether it be ChatGPT, Claude, wherever you are. Bring that document in there and start from there, and then provide information on the platform that you want the social post for, and provide information on the type of conversion that you're seeking so that you have a place to start. And then talking about using tools like Canva. So Canva, using that bulk create tool to really make the most of the tools there. And then, so Jennifer J., what were the two video tools you talked about? You talked about Taja.
Yeah. So yes, I use Opus Clips.
Clips.
And then I use Taja.ai.
All right. And then the bonus hack, asking ChatGPT or your platform to export it into an Excel grid for you so you can easily share or upload into Canva. So that should make your life a lot easier. That was a whole ton of value we gave today. Anything else we want to drop before we head out of here?
No, I think that we shouldn't be scared of AI. We should utilize it to help us. So think of AI as your assistant to avoid burnout, right? Because we have all of these things that we have to do, and it just makes it cut down the time that we would normally do it and makes our job easier. So embrace AI and utilize it to help you get more things done in less time.
I love it. Until next time, elevate your automation. We'll see you later. Peace.
And that's a wrap, fam. Thanks for tuning in to another fire episode of Digital Marketing NetWurk. We hope you're leaving with some new tricks up your sleeve and a smile on your face. But don't just sit on this knowledge. Get to work. And if you're ready to level up and put your biz on autopilot, here's the play. Text the word systems to 470 517 7006. We'll hook you up with everything you need to automate your hustle and free up your time for the things that really matter, like figuring out where to spend all that extra cash. Stay sharp, stay hungry, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Listen up now. Gotta tell you about a show, Digital Marketing NetWurk, with a secret flow. We got the tips, yo.